Life is a canvas of infinite possibilities, stretched before us like an endless horizon. From the moment we take our first breath, we're imbued with the extraordinary capacity to dream, to envision a future limited only by the boundaries of our imagination. We dream of success, of leaving our mark on the world, of creating a legacy that will outlive us. These dreams are the seeds of greatness, the sparks that ignite the fires of human achievement. Dreams alone are not enough. They're the starting point, yes, but they're not the destination. The world is littered with unfulfilled dreams, with grand visions that never materialized, with potential that remained just that potential. Why is this? Why do so many of us find ourselves stuck in the realm of imagination, never quite bridging the gap between what we envision and what we actually achieve? The answer, my friends, lies in the critical distinction between dreaming and doing. Dreaming is easy. It's comfortable. In our minds, we can be anything we want to be, achieve anything we set our sights on, without ever having to face the challenges and obstacles that come with real-world action. Dreams don't demand anything of us except our imagination. They don't require us to confront our fears, to push past our limitations, to risk failure or rejection. But it's precisely this comfort that can become a trap. We can become so enamored with our dreams, so attached to the perfect scenarios we've constructed in our minds, that we forget the most crucial step, taking action. This is where the true test of our character lies. It's in the moment when we decide to step out of the cozy confines of our imagination and into the messy, unpredictable arena of action. It's when we choose to do, not just dream. Now, I can almost hear the questions forming in your minds. But how? You might be asking, how do we make that leap from dreaming to doing? How do we find the courage to act when the path ahead seems so uncertain? These are valid questions, and they strike at the heart of the human experience. We all grapple with self-doubt, with fear of failure, with the comfort of the known versus the uncertainty of the unknown. But let me share with you a profound truth that has the power to transform your life. Action is the antidote to fear. When we take that first step, when we commit to doing rather than just dreaming, something remarkable happens. We set in motion a series of events that begin to reshape our reality. Each action, no matter how small, creates momentum. It's like pushing a boulder down a hill at first. It might barely move, but as it gains speed, it becomes an unstoppable force. Any skill you've mastered in your life, perhaps it's playing an instrument or cooking a complex dish, or excelling in a sport. Did you become proficient overnight? Of course not. You started with small, often clumsy attempts. You made mistakes. You faced frustration. But with each attempt, with each action, you improved. Your dream of mastery became a reality not through wishing, but through doing. This principle applies to every aspect of our lives. Whether your dream is to start a business, to improve your relationships, to make a difference in your community, or to transform your health, the path from dream to reality is paved with action. These actions don't have to be grand, sweeping gestures. In fact, it's often the small, consistent actions that lead to the most significant changes. It's the daily practice, the incremental improvements, the steady progress that, over time, bridge the gap between where we are and where we want to be. Consider the analogy of planting a tree. You don't simply bury a seed and return a year later to find a fully grown tree. No, you nurture it daily. You water it, ensure it gets sunlight, protect it from harsh elements each day. The changes might be imperceptible, but over time, those small actions result in something magnificent. Your dreams are like that seed. They hold immense potential, but they require your consistent attention and action to grow into reality. We live in a society that often celebrates only the end result, the success stories, while glossing over the struggles and setbacks that preceded them. This can create a paralyzing fear of making mistakes or falling short of our goals. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of success. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has faced failure along the way. The difference is they didn't let those failures define them or deter them from the path. Instead, they viewed each setback as a lesson, each failure as an opportunity to grow and improve. When you shift your perspective to see action, even when it results in failure, as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block, you free yourself from the paralysis of perfectionism. You give yourself permission to try, to learn, to adapt, and ultimately to succeed. Remember, the person who never fails is not the one who always succeeds. It's the one who never tries. And a life without trying, without doing, is a life half-lived. So how do we cultivate this mindset of action? How do we move from being dreamers to doers? Let me share with you some practical strategies that can help you bridge this gap. First, start with clarity. While dreams can be vague and grandiose, actions need to be specific and concrete. Take time to clearly define what you want to achieve. Break down your big dreams into smaller, actionable goals. Instead of saying, I want to be successful, specify what success looks like to you. Is it starting your own business? Writing a book? Improving your health? The more specific you can be, the easier it becomes to identify the actions you need to take. Next, create a plan. Once you have clarity on goals, map out the steps you need to take to achieve them. This doesn't mean you need to have every detail figured out from the start. Your plan can and should evolve as you progress. The important thing is to have a roadmap that guides your actions. Think of it like planning a road trip. You know your destination, and you have a general idea of the route you'll take, but you remain flexible enough to take detours or change course if needed. Then commit to daily action. Remember, it's not about making huge leaps every day. It's about consistent, steady progress. Identify one small action you can take each day that moves you closer to your goal. It might be making one sales call, writing one page of your book, or exercising for 15 minutes. These small actions might not seem significant in the moment, but over time, they accumulate into remarkable progress. It's like the story of the stonecutter. Day after day, he hammers away at a rock without so much as a crack to show for his efforts. But he persists, knowing that it's not that last blow that will break the rock, but all that have gone before. And then one day, with one daring blow, the rock splits in two. It wasn't that last hit that did it, but all the cumulative effort that came before. Your daily actions are like the stonecutters' blows. Each one might not show immediate results, but together, they have the power to move mountains. Another crucial strategy is to surround yourself with doers. The people we spend time with have a profound influence on our mindset and behavior. Seek out individuals who are actively pursuing their dreams, who are taking consistent action towards their goals. Their energy and example will inspire and motivate you to do the same. This doesn't mean you need to cut ties with everyone who isn't actively chasing their dreams. But it does mean being intentional about the company you keep and the influences you allow into your life. Consider joining mastermind groups or finding an accountability partner. These relationships can provide support, encouragement, and valuable feedback as you work towards your goals. They can also help keep you on track when your motivation wanes or when you face setbacks. Remember, no great achievement was ever accomplished in isolation. Even the most seemingly individual accomplishments are supported by a network of people providing encouragement, advice, and assistance. It's also important to cultivate resilience. The path from dream to reality is rarely smooth. There will be setbacks, obstacles, and moments of doubt. Resilience will allow you to bounce back from these challenges, to learn from them rather than be defeated by them. Develop a growth mindset that sees challenges as opportunities for learning and improvement. This resilience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Each time you face a setback and choose to keep going, you're building your resilience. You're proving to yourself that you have the strength to overcome obstacles. This self-belief becomes a powerful force, propelling you forward even when the path becomes difficult. Next, celebrate your progress Too often we fixate on how far we still have to go, forgetting to acknowledge how far we've come. Take time to recognize and celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they might seem. This positive reinforcement fuels your motivation and encourages further action. It's like placing milestones along your journey. Each one you pass is a cause for celebration and a reminder of the progress you've made. These celebrations don't have to be grand affairs. It might be as simple as taking a moment to reflect on your accomplishments at the end of each week, or treating yourself to something special when you reach a particular goal. The important thing is to acknowledge your progress and use it as fuel to keep moving forward. Another powerful strategy is to leverage the power of accountability. Share your goals with others who will support and encourage you. Consider finding an accountability partner or joining a group of like-minded individuals who are also committed to turning their dreams into reality. Knowing that others are aware of your goals and expecting updates can be a powerful motivator to take consistent action. This accountability can take many forms. It might be a weekly check-in with a friend or mentor. It might be a public commitment on social media. It might be a formal arrangement with a coach or accountability group. The key is to create a system where you're regularly reporting on your progress and receiving support and encouragement. It's also crucial to manage your energy, not just your time. Taking action requires mental and physical energy. Pay attention to when you feel most energized and allocate your most important tasks to these periods. Take care of your physical and mental health through proper nutrition, exercise, and rest. Remember, self-care is not selfish. It's essential for sustained action and achievement. You wouldn't expect to perform at your best without proper nutrition, rest, and training. The same principle applies to achieving your dreams. Your mind and body are the instruments through which you'll turn your dreams into reality. Treat them with the care and respect they deserve. You have to have it all figured out from the start. This belief can be paralyzing, preventing us from taking those crucial first steps. The truth is that it often comes through action, not before it. As you start doing, you'll gain insights and understanding that you couldn't have acquired through mere contemplation, like driving at night. Your headlights don't illuminate the entire journey from start to finish, but they provide enough light for the next stretch of road. As you move forward, more of the path becomes clear. Action works the same way. Each step you take illuminates the next, guiding you towards your ultimate destination. This brings us to another important point: the willingness to adapt and pivot. As you take action and gain new insights, you might find that your original dream or plan needs adjustment. This is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of growth and learning. The most successful individuals and organizations are those that can adapt their strategies based on real-world feedback while staying true to their core vision. Consider the story of Instagram. The app started as a location-based check-in service called Bourbon. But as the founders took action and got their product into users' hands, they realized that the photo sharing feature was what people really loved. They pivoted, focusing solely on photo sharing, and Instagram was born. If they had stubbornly stuck to their original plan, refusing to adapt based on the feedback they were getting, we might never have had the Instagram we know today. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. Perfectionism is often the enemy of action. It can keep us stuck in an endless cycle of planning and preparation, never quite feeling ready to take that first step. You'll never feel 100% ready. There will always be more you could learn, more you could prepare. At some point, you have to take the leap. This doesn't mean being reckless or unprepared. It means recognizing that action itself is a form of preparation. It's through doing that we truly learn and grow. Each action you take, regardless of its outcome, equips you with experience and knowledge that no amount of planning could provide. In our fast-paced, instant gratification world, we often expect immediate results. But real, lasting change, the kind that transforms dreams into tangible reality, takes time. This is where many people falter. They take action for a week, a month, maybe even a few months. But when they don't see dramatic results, they give up. They conclude that their dream was unrealistic, that they're not capable of achieving it. But more often than not, they were simply on the brink of a breakthrough. Success is rarely a sudden event. It's more like the growth of a bamboo tree. For the first few years after planting, you see no visible signs of growth. But underground, the tree is developing a complex root system. Then, seemingly overnight, it shoots up, growing several feet in just a matter of weeks. Your dreams are like that bamboo tree. The actions you take every day, even when you can't see immediate results, are developing the root system that will ultimately support your success. Trust in the process. Have faith that your consistent actions are making a difference, even when the evidence isn't immediately apparent. This patience, however, should not be confused with complacency. It doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for success to come to you. It means continuing to take action, to learn, to grow. Even when the path seems long and the progress slow, your beliefs shape your actions, which in turn shape your reality. If you don't truly believe that you're capable of achieving your dreams, it becomes all too easy to give up when faced with challenges. This is where the concept of self-efficacy comes into play. Self-efficacy is the belief in your ability to succeed in specific situations or accomplish a task. It's not about general self-confidence, but rather your belief in your capacity to perform the actions necessary to achieve your goals. The beautiful thing about self-efficacy is that it's not fixed. You can cultivate and strengthen it. And one of the most powerful ways to do this is through, you guessed it, action. Each time you take action towards your goals, especially when you overcome obstacles or push past your comfort zone, you build evidence of your capability. This evidence strengthens your belief in yourself, which in turn motivates you to take more action. It's a powerful, self-reinforcing cycle. So, as you move from dreaming to doing, pay attention to your beliefs. Challenge the limiting beliefs that tell you you're not capable, that your dreams are out of reach. Replace them with empowering beliefs based on evidence of your capabilities and potential. Remember, your past does not define your future. Just because you haven't achieved something before doesn't mean you're incapable of achieving it now or in the future. Every great achiever started as a novice. What set them apart was their willingness to take action, to learn, to persist despite setbacks. What if I take action and still don't achieve my dreams? This is a valid concern. And it brings us to an important truth. The process of turning dreams into reality is valuable in itself, regardless of the outcome. When you commit to taking action, when you step out of your comfort zone and strive to make your dreams a reality, you grow. You develop new skills, gain new insights, build resilience, and expand your understanding of yourself and the world around you. These gains are yours to keep, regardless of whether you achieve your original goal in exactly the way you envisioned. Moreover, the path from dream to reality is rarely a straight line. Often, as we take action and gain new experiences, our dreams evolve. We might discover new passions, we'd uncover talents we didn't know we had, or find opportunities we couldn't have imagined when we first started. By being in motion, by doing rather than just dreaming, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. This is why the mantra, "Don't just dream it, do it," is so powerful. It's not just about achieving a specific end result. It's about embracing a way of life that is active, engaged, and growth-oriented. It's about choosing to be a participant in life rather than a spectator. Consider the story of Thomas Edison. His dream was to create a commercially viable electric light. He didn't achieve this on his first try, or his 100th, or even his 1,000th. In fact, it took over 1,000 attempts before he successfully created the light bulb. When a reporter asked him how it felt to fail 1,000 times, Edison replied, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. I just found 1,000 ways that won't work." This perspective exemplifies the power of persistent action. Each attempt, each failure was actually a step forward, bringing him closer to his ultimate goal. It wasn't just about the end result. It was about the knowledge gained, the skills honed, and the resilience built through the process of doing. This mindset of viewing setbacks as learning opportunities rather than failures is crucial in the journey from dream to reality. It's what allows us to persevere when things don't go as planned, to adapt our strategies based on what we learn, and to keep moving forward even when the path becomes difficult. But how do we cultivate this mindset? How do we train ourselves to see the value in every action, regardless of its immediate outcome? One powerful technique is to reframe our language and thoughts. Instead of saying, I failed, we can say, I learned. Instead of, this didn't work, we can say, this showed me what doesn't work, bringing me one step closer to what does. This shift in perspective doesn't just make us feel better, it actually changes our brain chemistry. When we view our actions through a lens of learning and growth, we activate different neural pathways than when we view them through a lens of failure. This, in turn, affects our future behavior, making us more likely to take action and persist in the face of challenges. Many people misunderstand visualization, thinking it's about passively picturing your desired outcome. But effective visualization is an active process that engages all your senses and emotions. It's about not just seeing your goal, but feeling it, even smelling and tasting if relevant. When you engage in this kind of vivid, multisensory visualization, you're actually training your brain. Neurological studies have shown that visualization activates many of the same neural pathways as actually performing the visualized action. This means that when you consistently visualize yourself taking action towards your goals, you're essentially giving your brain a rehearsal for the real thing. But visualization alone isn't enough. It needs to be coupled with action. Use visualization as a tool to prepare yourself for action, to build your confidence, and to keep yourself motivated. But always remember that it's the doing, not just the dreaming or visualizing, that ultimately brings your dreams into reality. Many of us have been conditioned to avoid discomfort, to seek the path of least resistance. Growth and comfort rarely coexist. To achieve your dreams, you must be willing to step out of your comfort zone, to do things that feel uncomfortable or even scary. This discomfort might come in many forms. It might be nervousness of making that first sales call for your new business. It might be the vulnerability of sharing your creative work with others. It might be the physical strain of pushing new limits in pursuit of a fitness goal. Whatever form it takes, this discomfort is not something to be avoided, but something to be embraced. When you feel uncomfortable, it often means you're pushing beyond your current limitations, expanding your capabilities, and moving towards your dreams. It's in these moments of discomfort that real growth occurs. But how do we learn to embrace discomfort rather than shy away from it? One effective strategy is to reframe how we think about it. Instead of seeing discomfort as something negative to be avoided, we can view it as excitement, as a sign that we're about to learn or achieve something new. Consider the physical sensations of nervousness and excitement. They're actually very similar. Increased heart rate, butterflies in the stomach, heightened awareness. The main difference is in how we interpret these sensations. By consciously choosing to interpret them as excitement rather than anxiety, we can transform our experience and our actions. Another powerful tool in turning dreams into reality is the practice of micro-commitments. Often, when we think about our big dreams, they can seem overwhelming. The gap between where we are and where we want to be can seem insurmountable. This is where micro-commitments come in. A micro-commitment is a tiny, easily achievable action that moves you towards your goal. It's so small that it bypasses the part of your brain that resists change and triggers fear. For example, if your dream is to write a book, a micro-commitment might be to write just one sentence a day. If you want to start exercising regularly, it might be to put on your workout clothes and do one push-up. These micro-commitments might seem trivially small, but they serve several important purposes. First, they get you into action, which is often the hardest part. Once you've written that one sentence or done that one push-up, it's much easier to continue. Second, they build momentum. As you consistently fulfill these tiny commitments, you build trust in yourself and your ability to follow through. This self-trust is crucial for tackling bigger challenges. Finally, micro-commitments add up over time. Writing one sentence a day might not seem like much. But after a year, you'll have written 365 sentences, the beginnings of a substantial piece of writing. The key is consistency. Small actions performed consistently over time lead to big results. In today's hyper-connected world, it's easy to fall into the habit of constantly comparing our progress to others. We see highlight reels of other people's successes on social media, and it can make us feel like we're falling behind or that our dreams are unrealistic. Everyone's journey is unique. Your path from dream to reality will not look exactly like anyone else's, and that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay, it's beautiful. Your unique experiences, challenges, and triumphs are what make your journey your own. Instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on comparing yourself to who you were yesterday. Are you taking more action today than you did yesterday? Are you learning from your experiences? Are you moving, even if slowly, in the direction of your dreams? These are the comparisons that matter. Remember, success is not a zero-sum game. Someone else's success does not diminish the possibility of your own. In fact, other people's achievements can serve as inspiration and proof that dreams can indeed become reality through persistent action. Your environment, both physical and social, has a profound impact on your thoughts, actions, and ultimately your results. If your environment doesn't support your dreams, it becomes much harder to take consistent action towards them. Take a look around you. Does your physical environment inspire action or encourage complacency? Are the people in your life supportive of your dreams? Or do they subtly or not so subtly discourage you from pursuing them? Remember, you have the power to shape your environment. You can declutter your physical space to create room for action. You can seek out and cultivate relationships with people who inspire and support you. This doesn't mean you need to completely overhaul your life overnight. Start small. Maybe it's creating a dedicated workspace for your dream project. Maybe it's joining an online community of like-minded individuals pursuing similar goals. The key is to gradually create an environment that nudges you towards action rather than inaction. The role of habits in turning dreams into reality. Our habits, the small, often unconscious actions we perform daily, have an enormous impact on our lives. In fact, it's been said that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. When it comes to achieving your dreams, the right habits can be a powerful force, propelling you forward even when motivation wanes. The key is to identify the habits that will move you towards your goals and then work on consistently implementing them. For example, if your dream is to become a successful entrepreneur, habits like reading industry news daily, networking regularly, and consistently working on your business plan can make a huge difference over time. If your goal is to improve your health, habits like preparing healthy meals, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep are crucial. The beauty of habits is that once they're established, they require much less mental energy to maintain. They become automatic, freeing up your mental resources for tackling bigger challenges and making important decisions. But how do we form these positive habits? One effective strategy is to use habit stacking. This involves attaching a new habit to an existing one. For instance, if you already have a habit of making coffee every morning, you could stack a new habit onto it, like reading a page of an inspirational book while your coffee brews, or doing a quick set of stretches. Another powerful technique is to make your desired habits as easy as possible to start. This goes back to the idea of micro-commitments. If you want to establish a habit of daily exercise, start with something as simple as doing one push-up a day. The goal is to make the habit so easy that you have no excuse not to do it. Too often, we focus so intently on our ultimate goal that we forget to acknowledge and celebrate the small victories along the way. But these celebrations are crucial. They provide positive reinforcement, boost our motivation, and remind us of the progress we're making. Celebration doesn't have to be grand or elaborate. It might be as simple as taking a moment to acknowledge your efforts at the end of each day. It might be treating yourself to something special when you reach a milestone. The important thing is to make celebration a regular part of your journey. Remember, the path from dream to reality is not just about the destination, it's about who you become along the way. Each action you take, each challenge you overcome, each lesson you learn shapes you. By the time you achieve your dream, you'll have become the person capable of achieving that dream. And that transformation is worth celebrating. The journey from don't just dream it, do it is not always easy, but it is always worthwhile. It's a journey of growth, of self-discovery, of turning potential into reality. It's about taking that crucial step from the comfortable realm of imagination into the challenging but rewarding world of action. Remember, your dreams are not just idle fantasies. They are glimpses of what you could become, of the impact you could have on the world. But they remain just that, glimpses, until you choose to act on them. So I challenge you to take that first step. Transform your dreams from ethereal visions into concrete goals, and then into lived realities. I don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait until you feel completely ready. The perfect moment to start is now. Your dreams are too important, your potential too great, to be left languishing in the realm of what if. You are not just a dreamer, you are a doer. You have the power to shape your reality, to create the life you envision, to make a difference in the world. But that power is activated only through action. So go forth and do. Take that first step, then the next, and the next. Let your actions speak louder than your dreams. Let your efforts outshine your intentions. Let your reality become a testament to the power of turning dreams into action. The world is waiting for your unique contribution, for the dreams only you can bring to life. Don't keep it waiting. The time for dreaming is over. The time for doing is now. Your journey from dreamer to doer starts today. Embrace it with all your heart. Pursue it with all your strength. And know that with each action you take, you're not just changing your own life. You're changing the world. The future belongs to those who are willing to do more than dream. It belongs to those who are willing to act. It belongs to you. So I ask you one final time, what will you do today to turn your dreams into reality? The choice is yours. The time is now. Don't just dream it. Do it.